The classic joke, how do you know if someone's vegan? Don't worry, they'll tell you. I guess the aspect of the shop that I'm most proud of or most heartened by is when people come in with their kids and the kids say something like, "You mean I can have anything in the shop?" or "You mean it's all vegan?" and that really just makes my heart go bzzz.
V1 is what we call a little vegan general store. The idea is that we have a little bit of everything, but if we're honest, there's a lot of junk food. But we have our pick and mix candy section, so bulk buy candy. We have a few other bulk food items like lots of good vegan cheese, like both the more processed stuff and the artisan cultured nut-based cheeses. Lots of skincare and a little bit of makeup. Also, when people come and ask us for specific things, and we try to bring stuff in.
But people do quite often come in and say, "I'm not vegan," and then there's those people who stand at the door and won't come in case they catch the vegan. It feels sometimes a little bit like glaçons, where there's a group of guys outside who will make silly jokes but won't come in. And often I talk to that as well, really, you won't catch vegan, it's okay. And I think that would change. Probably the funniest was an older couple who came in looking for cow milk, and "Do you have any milk?" And I said, "Oh yeah, what sort? We've got plenty." And cow's milk. And I said, "Oh no, there's no animal products here." And then they literally started backing out as if they'd sort of seen something scary, and literally ran out the shop and up the road. So it was quite funny, but certainly the majority of people, they start looking at what's on the shelves, like, "Wow, that's vegan. Oh wow, you can get this vegan." For me anyway, part of the strength of the ideas around veganism and eating and being vegan is just how logical they are, that once you lay it out there, here are two choices. There's a choice A with suffering and a choice B without suffering. They taste the same, the costs are getting the same. Which one do you choose?
So we have two kids. One is 7 and one is almost 15. Generally I'm like the little one and the big one, because they are quite different in age. It kind of happened organically, right? Like, did we have specific discussions around whether or not not that we wouldn't raise them vegan, but that we would let them make their own decisions about that stuff?
Yeah, I mean the presumption at the beginning was that they'd be vegan, and then it just seemed more in line with our parenting philosophies to allow them to make those choices outside of the house.
I think for me it's not so much, there aren't dishes that I miss or particular experiences around food that I don't get to participate in with my family anymore, but there are a few things like being part of a family that went eeling and fishing and hunting. Like I used to go out in the bush with my dad when I was a kid and his dogs, and we would just spend the afternoon in the bush. And like going eeling and stuff, like we used to go out at night and it would be like on the edge of a creek and we'd have torches and we'd be in our gumboots and it would be cold, but we'd all be really, really excited and we'd be throwing like rotten food out into the water to attract the eels, and all of this stuff, and my memories of it was like exciting and fun, and but I haven't like remembered the part where you like take the eel and you kill it and then you turn it into food. Like that part's, maybe it's trauma, it's like those things that you just block out because you don't feel like you can remember it without being impacted by that. But certainly that's the kind of experience that I haven't had in a long time, and it's not the experience I've had with my kids.
we're very different, and very, very different. If I'm hot, Amanda's cold. If I want something savoury, Amanda wants something sweet. But
I always want something sweet.
Yeah, that's true. But actually that's worked for us, and really surprisingly and incredibly well, especially with the business, because it's a lot of working together, and it's a lot of potentially stressful situations, but it's one of those times where our mutually they work together, that our strengths have, rather than banging against each other maybe.
Do you want me to tell the story?
Yeah, sure.
Cool. And we were down south with Russell's family, celebrating his mum's birthday, and it was like Russell had been in his previous job for about 5 years, and he wasn't very happy. And we were driving, and I don't know if you guys have been down south, but the roads are like long and flat and straight, and so it was a lot of like long and flat and straight roads. And we were just talking, and I asked him something along the lines of like, if you could do anything, what would you do?
Actually, before Amanda and I had even had a discussion when we were on our holiday, I'd done a brainstorm about a vegan shop and what it would look like, a little mind exploration on paper. And funnily enough, I was looking at it the other day, and it's quite similar, it's quite accurate. And
in some ways, like the coolest thing we've ever done together, because it was also lots of fun and we learned heaps, and like Russell hadn't been happy for a long time in his job, and I saw like an instant change in how he like related to the world. It's cool.
And I think we're just stepped in at the time when the vegan community has really started growing in a massive way globally, and also within Wellington. And I suppose we fit in alongside that growth. That it was the right time, it's the right space. Cuba Street's perfect for the shop, and I think that people are really open to the message now in a way which they wouldn't have been in the past. People know the word vegan, they don't say vegan or vegan, and they they're accepting of it, even if they're not vegan or would never consider eating vegan food.
And just having it like really obvious, like it was really important from the beginning that our message wasn't about like health food. We're definitely not a health food shop, but it's about veganism, it's about animal welfare, it's about the impact that animal production has on the environment. So it's never been about like filling a gap in the market or ticking a box or being something that we don't personally believe in. It's always been about veganism.
In terms of V1, in terms of the shop, will it be still around in 10 years? Well, to be honest, I'm not sure. Will it be around in 5 years? I don't know. Maybe the supermarkets will really up their game, and that would be fantastic, and all of these things which are here will be available everywhere, every supermarket.